So to Quentin, what is this domino that you're talking about? What is a PT client's domino? What is a domino?
It's funny you should ask that because that's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. Uh, because it's something that it's quite important when we do the marketing side of our business, because it's something we need to think about is what is it exactly that our clients want from us, and what is the one thing, because we can easily get into conversations, or when we prepare our messages for clients for our marketing or for our offer, we want to tell them about everything that we have to offer, because there's just so many nice things and so many great things that we can add. But there's usually just one thing that the clients want you to say, and they're in. And that's the thing that makes the big difference. So it's like a big, like a domino effect. If you got all the dominoes stacked up for the client, what's the one domino that you're going to push over that's going to set off the chain reaction? And then the client will say, I'm ready, I can do this. So that's basically what the big domino is about, Neil.
Okay. Well, I know that a lot of my clients, their big thing is they want accountability. And that's why many of the clients that I actually try to talk to them about online training are like, oh, but how am I going to stay accountable? And that's why I've actually gone out there and built accountability into my online plan, because so many people were just paying extra to see me in person because then they have a set meeting and I'm going to be there, so they have to be there. And
Yeah.
now I've built that into my online training. And when people hear accountability, they're like, oh, how does that work? And then that's the conversation to them being like, well, I mean, it's cheaper than in person. Let's try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the nice thing about it is that when you understand that your big domino is usually the niche that you choose, or the vehicle that you choose to that helps a client towards the goal that they want, the transformation that they want, then it's always much easier just to talk in generic terms about, let's say, for instance, if you, for instance, do yoga is the best way to establish a healthy lifestyle. Instead of just talking about my program is the best to give you a healthy lifestyle, or the way I teach yoga, or come on to ABC's yoga program and we'll teach you health. You just sell the concept, sell yoga as the vehicle that people need. So that is the big domino. And as soon as people then realize or buy that message that you've got, that yoga is the thing, then you're very close to the end and just getting them and say, oh, by the way, and I can help you do that.
Cool. Yeah. So the niche it's got a big part to do with it. And that also obviously speaking to a certain kind of person, which also talks to what we've mentioned before as having an ideal client.
Yeah.
There's some clients that you really want, but there's also some clients that you don't want. And I think niche also helps to define and distinguish that. But now can you give us more examples? So using a niche, so you used yoga as an example.
Yeah.
Which part is the niche part and which part is the domino part? And how do you fit those two
Yeah.
things together?
Yeah, so it's actually just a sort of a three-part message that you can put your words into it. And what we talk about is we talk about this vehicle that you choose, the niche that you choose, or the one big belief that you want to persuade somebody about in your niche. And then you add what they call a superlative, something that says yours or this niche is the best. It's the most effective it's the most cost effective. It is that's the superlative part of it. And then that is the third part is the transformation. So you're basically linking this vehicle and the ultimate transformation. So, for instance, if I use an example that one of the guys that I learned from, he teaches YouTube, for instance. He's got YouTube courses, but he talks about YouTube is the most effective way to build an engaged audience. So you see how he ties those three components together.
So YouTube is his niche.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
YouTube is.
then,
Mhm.
so in order to what would be the domino part of that sentence, like in
YouTube.
particular?
It would be about YouTube. So he'll message a lot of his messaging and his ads and his blogs and all of those things would just talk about how awesome is YouTube for creating customer engagement or for engaging with audiences. He'll focus a lot on that, and then once his audiences has heard this message quite a few times, then they're basically warmed up and ready to hear about, so what is it that you can teach me? Why should I listen to you about YouTube? And that's the easy part.
Okay, so your niche is kind of like in this instance, the niche is kind of like the domino effect. The domino is, once they believe that, let's say, for example, yoga is the best way to make a lifestyle change, then you educate them on the yoga, like why yoga is so great.
Yes.
And then how does that then knock over into like a conversation where we're going to make a sale, for example?
Absolutely. And it's often, so what you're going to be dealing with is people's beliefs around your yoga, your vehicle. So maybe some people have beliefs like, oh, yoga is not for men. It's only it's a female thing, but maybe that's your target audience might include men. So you can then knock over those beliefs, those false beliefs that people have around your topic or your vehicle that you have. So that's what your messaging can then be all about, is just setting the record straight about your vehicle.
Okay, so for example, like with me, I use functional training is one of my parts of my niche, but a big part of what my niche is I work with people that want to do transformations. So I need to convince them that doing a transformation and using functional training is the most effective way to make a big change in your life, because in ways that I've done things before, when I've done like a little, like let them choose like an exercise plan, or let them choose if they want to eat in yes or no, or do you want accountability, do you want me to teach you things? I found when you don't bring all those components together, there's only a small change that you can have in someone's life, and that's kind of like quite incremental.
Yeah.
And I like to make big impact. I like to get people like in like a focus group. It's almost like let's take this certain amount of time, which is why I only do 3 or 6 month packages. Let's focus just for 3 months on transforming yourself. And I'm going to tell you why functional training is the best types of exercises to use when you are making a body transformation. But my whole thing is I'm going to get you to buy in on doing the whole package together, so that when you take a before and after photo, let's say month 1, month 3, there's big change. It's not just a group of people where someone's just doing a little bit of exercise and some people have changed their diet. I'm telling you to draw all these things together and make a big change. And that kind of distinguishes which is my ideal customer. Because if someone is not willing to focus and do multiple things to make themselves, like to change something in their lifestyle, they're not going to be gravitated towards me. And I only want people that are serious. So it's a great way to kind of move away from people that I don't want to work with, but also focus on educating people why body transformation is possible through functional training.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Neil. I want to do something that we don't do very often in here. I actually want to quickly share my screen with you, because I want people to quickly write down the statement. It's going to help them to think about their domino. And if you could see my screen there, Neil, I want people to think about their domino in this way. So there you've got a pretty picture of yourself pushing over the big domino. So if you could sort of fill in the blanks here for your particular niche, you could say, if I can make people believe that functional training is the key to, what is the next part then? Say again?
Keys to body transformation.
Body transformation, and is only attainable through Neil's program, then all the other objections and concerns become irrelevant, and they will have to give their money to me. They'll have to give me money. Okay, so that is, if somebody could maybe just pause the video if they're watching it afterwards, they could literally write that down and write that for their particular domino, and voila, you've got your whole basis of your messaging set up for future.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. That's a nice way to put it. I think people run that exercise themselves. I mean, I would have only got to the statements and the things that I've been talking to you about because I've been working with you, Quentin, where
Yeah.
before I was trying to like, I was trying to list all of the things that I do and just hoping one of the things that I said is going to resonate with them and make them like interested. Where now when I'm focused on specific things, I'm literally, this is my niche and this is the way that I do it to get to their transformation.
Yeah.
It's much less, it's much more of a targeted conversation, and it's something that I can replicate.
Yes.
And you need to be able to replicate results in your business, especially when it comes to making sales. And if whatever you're saying is different every time, sometimes it's good, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. So it just adds too much variance. You want a lot more like predictability. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
this helps remove all the nonsense and focus on the
Yeah.
important stuff.
I got one more cool example that I saw somebody that's got a really big business, and maybe this will maybe be the final sort of drop where somebody gets, oh, that's what you mean. And this person said, if I can make them believe that getting their bodies into a state of ketosis, so this is about the ketones and that sort of stuff, is the key to losing weight and is only attainable through drinking my brand's ketones, then all the other objections and concerns become irrelevant. So I thought that is quite a nice one, just to sort of illustrate again this whole sentence about the big domino.
Okay, no, that's given me a lot to think about as well. So
Okay.
that was a great teaching. Thank you so much, Quentin.
No, absolutely. If somebody has any more questions about it or it wasn't clear, but what would be interesting maybe if people can post in the comments, can post some of their domino beliefs or their domino statements that I've just given them and where they've written it for themselves, and then we're happy to give our input on that and see if how we can help them and maybe improve it, or maybe we'll just give them a big thumbs up if they got it spot on.
Awesome. Yeah, we would lovely to get some more interactivity. I mean, draw as much information from us as you can, but also interact with us, and then we can also change what we can do, a certain topic that you're looking for. And just be able to help you a little bit more one-on-one. So there's two different, well, at the moment, there's one way that you can do that in a formal sense, and that's through our membership, where we literally have a tribe of people, a community of people that all want to take their businesses online, and we're giving them tools and masterclasses and a free PT app in order for them to do this. So if you'd like to work with us, ask us about the membership. We can send you a link. And if you're looking to get a blueprinted version of how to do that, we're running another course in February in 2022. So look out for that as well. But if you do join the membership, you're also going to get a discount on the course next year. So just
Brilliant.
keep that in mind.
Okay. So Neil, what is the domino statement of Train Me Academy's tribe?
Go for it, Quentin. Tell us.
Okay, so if you think about those three statements that we have, what we're saying is using a PT app is the best way, the most cost-effective way to go online. So the transformation that I know a lot of PTs want is to have an online business. And we're saying that using a PT app, which we, by the way, give you as part of our membership, is the best way to grow an online business. So there you go. That's our domino statement for our group.
Cool. So we just need to keep telling you why the PT app is the easiest way, because if you already have the belief that going online is a good idea, especially in 2021, then you're going to give us your money, right?
There we go. Simple as that. Good. Well, that was a fun chat. Thanks, Neil.
Appreciate it, Quentin. I hope, so we're going to try to stagger our teachings. So one week we're going to talk more about marketing and getting clients. And the next week we're going to talk more about personal training and how to train clients online. So those are going to be the alternating live videos that we're going to be doing.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Next week, Wednesday, not Friday.
Wednesday.
Next week, Wednesday.